I finished the Devil May Cry anime, and who would have actually thought that it is trash? It's a Netflix anime, so of course, I didn't come in with any crazy expectations, and I enjoyed Castlevania for what it was, even though I only watched 1 season and a half. So being someone who likes anime and a big fan of Devil May Cry, I thought, why not? Let's give it a shot. And of course, this was a big mistake. Great. For starters, I just gotta talk about how this series is nothing like Devil May Cry at all. Who is this made for? I really couldn't tell you, because as a Devil May Cry fan, there is nothing here that I could enjoy. I guess maybe it could put new people onto the games, but the only reason anyone is actually watching it is because it's Devil May Cry. So that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I digress. Really, who's going to watch a Devil May Cry anime except for Devil May Cry fans? Or someone who's just really that bored. Anyway, this show is nothing like the games, and the writing is actually very annoying, cringe, and it is very reminiscent of the Devil May Cry games that Devil May Cry fans hate. DMC Devil May Cry.
My name is Dante.
Despite me saying Devil May Cry so many times, this series actually takes itself very seriously. And this show does the exact opposite. There's nothing to take serious from this. It's kind of brain dead, and it tries to sell you a lot on nice action moments, which, I mean, can be entertaining if there's a fight on a screen. But a fight alone is not going to be enough of a good reason for me to watch an entire 8 episodes, let alone 20. If all I cared about was fights, I would take my dumb ass over to TikTok and watch ore farming clips. But the story here is actually really bare bones and basic. Let's explain the Devil May Cry anime for dumbasses. Humans racist, and they treat demons bad. Dante human, Dante also demon. He save good demons and do what he want. Demon try and steal Dante necklace, it make him mad, now he must shoot him. Please just stop the demon racism. Everything here is just an excuse for shit to happen, which is terrible. It's honestly so bad you can't help but to keep watching, asking yourself, can this dog shit get any worse? And to be honest, it really does. We're gonna get into that, but first, I gotta talk about the Devil May Cry games. So in this show, we have Lady, or as some of you neckbeards want to call her real name, Mary. She throws around annoying curse words, saying fuck every 5 seconds, damn near like I'm playing Prototype 2.
Fuck you, Thumper. I figured it out. Yeah, fuck that. Our species gets turned to a fucking cinder. They're really fucking hard to kill. It's about whatever fucked up vendetta the rabbit has against Darkcom.
Skin-tight uniform.
Laugh your fucking cotton puff tail off. Must have used his own blood in making the wall somehow, because of course he fucking did. Not fucking likely. Even that thing should have trouble healing from a bomb going off in its fucking neck. Why the fuck haven't you done it already? Typical demon shit. Then I guess Sparta woke up one day and realized, hey, this is evil as fuck.
And remember when DMC Devil May Cry did this? Devil May Cry fans didn't like that because it was cringe as fuck, and it was not what the series was at all. I will admit, I do like DMC Devil May Cry, but this is honestly supposed to be a depiction accurate to the source material. Adi Shankar, the guy who made this, says that it's supposed to keep the original spirit of the IP, and it does anything but that. And these are Shankar's 2 different ways of making animes, between being part of the bootleg universe or just Adi Shankar animation. Honestly, this show feels like it's a part of the bootleg universe. Sorry, Shankar, you folded like a lawn chair this time. The only thing here that captures what Devil May Cry is are a bunch of little references that no one is going to fucking understand, because we're gonna have, let's put this character from the Devil May Cry manga and put him in there, and then maybe, just maybe, that one guy who dedicated his life to the series will see and understand it. I noticed things like Agni and Rudra, that one boss from Devil May Cry 4, and then the knight from Devil May Cry 5 being in the show. It was cool seeing them until I noticed how bad the fucking CGI was. Like, bro, I get it. It's cool. You get to see a character that has not been in Devil May Cry media in a while finally show up in this anime. Alright, that's nice. But let's be honest here. Should a reference sell us solely on a show? It means jack shit to me. Especially when all I did was play the games. I'm not going out of my way to just sit here and read a fucking manga for tertiary information. The best character here was honestly Enzo. he showed up in Bayonetta. If you played that, that's a cool reference. But I mean, honestly, I couldn't even tell it was fucking him. It took my brother to recognize the voice and me remembering the name of the character to finally realize, oh my god, this is the same guy from Bayonetta and another Devil May Cry manga. References, cool. References that even I, someone who's played the games, might not get. But I'm gonna be 1000% fucking honest. This anime does not feel like it came from a guy that's played all the games. It felt like it was made by a guy who just went on YouTube and watched a fucking Devil May Cry iceberg or lore video, then started making a show. Or watching all of the damn cutscenes. But there's just so much wrong here. Why do Agni and Rudra have heads? At this rate, I'm gonna be talking about this shit for hours. Let's just talk about the show already. So I watched the show in English. It is made by Americans, so I'm going to watch it in fucking English. But by the way, I usually watch my shows in Japanese because that is just the way they should be watched because they're made by Japanese studios. That's how I do it. So the English in this show was actually really good. The voice acting was sticking the landing. It was actually pretty damn good. And that's what happens when Americans make an American anime. No shit. But here's a problem with American media. Why the fuck does this feel like a parody of the series? Every time there is an IP that is Japanese and we gotta make it more American so more people can watch it, and it puts the show in some kind of weird identity crisis, and that's what this show is. And it being corny as hell does not make it any better. It's just sad because for once, there are actually some good actors, and they just get shoved into a blender of mediocrity and dog shit. We're just gonna go through some synopsises, or since this series is so obsessed with the military, debriefings of every episode. So the first episode has the rabbit character show up, and then he starts finally making all of his plans fall a little bit into motion. And of course, we finally get to see Dante do a bit of demon hunting, and to be fair, this is one of the few times he uses his iconic weapons, Ebony and Ivory. Right after he kills this demon, this is where the show honestly goes downhill. It tells you everything you need to know about the direction that they're taking. It feels like a really dog shit parody, with Dante saying this.
The way this usually goes is I do that, then drop a killer one-liner. But I'm drawing a complete blank right now. This never happens to me, I swear.
Yeah, normally Dante does have a nice, cool one-liner.
Easy, Fido. How about I take you out for a walk? Come on, puppy. Let's go.
But too bad the writers of this show can't do that.
Pretend I just shot that guy. Bang! Man, Skeletor did not hold up since the 80s.
Skeletor did not hold up since the fucking 80s. What in the Marvel movie is this shit? But one thing that is very annoying in this show is the excessive use of the jackpot line.
Jackpot.
Jackpot! Jackpot!
Jackpot.
It kills any kind of weight in character that saying had. So definitely get used to that. I know I didn't, but it's very much like how they abused the got it memorized line in Kingdom Hearts 3. But yeah, after this fight, we get a lot of the military. Of course, we just gotta sit through 20 minutes of people we don't care about talking so that the plot can move on. There's a demon portal. Oh yeah, smaller demons are coming into the human world. This is a plot point we've seen in Yu Yu Hakusho, but here it's done in a way less interesting way. And we have a scene where the media reacts to demons coming into the world, and the dialogue here is as paper thin, basic, cookie cutter, and quote-unquote American as you can get.
Missed that one in Sunday school. You ever heard of a terrorist demon, Phil?
Sure. My ex-wife.
I really kind of felt like I was watching an episode of the Boondocks, and not in a good way. Especially with this cowboy politician character showing up in the series.
I already got bioorganic weapons I gotta deal with. And now you're telling me there's demons crawling up out of hell?
Play into stereotypes and tropes because that's how Americans write their shows. Yeah. Awesome. And we have a scene where the military captures Lucia from Devil May Cry 2. Did not really play that one. I owned 1 and 3 on the PlayStation 2. and played 4 and 5. Yeah, don't know much about Devil May Cry 2. I recognize her though, so that's another reference. But here we have Dante getting a milkshake, and it goes south, so another demon tries to kill him. And this is another demon from Devil May Cry 2. I kind of had a feeling because I could not recognize this at all. But while the demon is fighting Dante while he's trying to get his milkshake, it takes the form of Virgil. I just think it's funny because it just seems like we can't go a Devil May Cry game or Devil May Cry anything without seeing Virgil. I love Virgil as much as the next guy. He definitely makes this series a part of what it is. But after a while, how many times are we gonna keep getting this character milk? But we get this fight scene between Dante and this demon, and there's really awkward pacing cuts between conversations and the military with Enzo and this fight. I was getting to a point where I was tired of seeing these guys talk, and I wanted more of Dante. And then this character that has little to no importance, that is literally a black version of Beavis from Beavis and Butthead, was getting a lot of focus, and man, oh man, these character designs, I cannot stand them. And the episode ends off with Dante playing Dance Dance Revolution, and what makes it really, really fucking musty is how he loses at it. I'm sorry, but every time we see Dante flex, he actually wins. I don't know why this always happens in this show, but it really just tries to sell us with the idea of Dante's character being a loser that tries to act cool, when in reality, this would be nothing to him. So I definitely hate little moments like this where they characterize Dante and make him just really lose in certain situations when he shouldn't. Not trying to sit here and overhype his character, but what's so great about him being cocky is that he backs it up. But in this show, he doesn't back any of his bullshit up, making a lot of things that he does awkward and feel out of place. Episode 2 finally introduces Lady, and a whole militia gets a mission to hunt down Dante, and of course they make fun of him in a very cringe way.
That's the guy we're supposed to be worried about?
What's he gonna do? Get hair dye on us?
One thing about this scene here is the amount of shit talk these characters do that really just doesn't hit the landing at all. But yeah, we start to slowly get introduced into the side characters, and these character designs. I literally can't right now, man. These look like some kind of random ass deviant art character concepts that a 5th grader would make. Really, man, side characters should not look like they are side characters. These guys aren't even side characters, but they're fodder. But they're made up to be characters that we're supposed to care about, and that's just not the case. And one of the ugliest bounty hunter character designs I've ever seen turns out to be a demon because Lady can see through his guise. In typical girl boss fashion, she kills him, and then we have Black Beavis showing up because I don't know why. They just like making ugly ass characters become main characters and feel more important than they should. He's definitely one of the most unlikable characters I've seen in any piece of fiction. The militia eventually attacks Dante because they want his necklace, and we get a pretty decent fight scene. It might low-key be my favorite fight throughout the whole entire anime. And of course, they gotta sprinkle a little bit more of that cringe on top.
I don't feel bad. I heal extremely fast, like a superhero. Not that I call myself a superhero, but your mom does.
Not that I call myself a superhero, but your mom does. I'm in physical pain, bro. Oh my god. What 4th grader wrote this? Don't let him cook again. Ever. In the middle of the cool fight, of course, they jump over to the side characters who are just talking about some goddamn filler, pretty much, to push the plot. And then Lady gives us one of the worst explanations for the backstory of Sparta. Bro, like the way she explains this backstory, I'm telling you, it is like a shitty parody of Devil May Cry. Just the intro of Devil May Cry 3. She was carrying a lot of the weight. She showed a huge understanding and in-depth knowledge when it came to the demon culture behind everything inside the plot.
Blood of their father flowed through their veins. The two battled each other fiercely like arch enemies. It seemed as if they derived some sort of twisted pleasure from this brotherly fighting.
And it just feels like the show just makes fun of all of that. And they just give her a very annoying, nonchalant, arrogant attitude.
Our world was still connected to their shithole, and Mundus wasn't happy just ruling the shithole.
These are like where the hints of DMC Devil May Cry show. The way Lady curses, it's literally just like the secret ingredient from DMC Devil May Cry.
Typical demon and shit. And I guess Sparta woke up one day and realized, hey, this is evil as fuck.
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
Fuck you!
You know, the game Devil May Cry fans don't like, which is pretty ironic because this show is just like that game.
Not in a million years.
She a female with gun, we gotta make her badass to edgy and much possible. And we get more Black Beavis shoved down our goddamn throats. I do not give a fuck about this guy's backstory. My family. Okay, yeah. We have no sense of character development or relation to this. We're just supposed to take it as it is because he joined the army because he wanted to take care of his family, just like any other soldier. I don't care, and I don't see myself in this character at all. I don't think anyone does. Then Lady finally goes and tries to take on Dante. We get a pretty cool chase scene between Lady and Dante. I mean, they're pretty much evenly matched, kind of just outsmarting each other, even though Dante is looking like a dumbass a good 90% of the time. Giving it benefit of the doubt, it's definitely a decent introduction to her character, but I'm pretty sure in the back of every Devil May Cry fan's mind, it was kind of weird watching this because we all know that this would never happen.
Woo! Ooh, I love a fast woman.
But Lady outsmarts Dante and then captures him for the military. Episode 3 starts off and we get Lady's backstory and we see her as a child in one of the most annoying scenes I've seen in this entire show. She has a toy gun at a movie theater and she's shooting at a monster on the screen. Oh, because she grows up to be a demon hunter. Ever since she was a little kid, she wants to shoot monsters with her gun. Bro, this is not even close to being believable or realistic in the slightest. After she watches this movie, they run into a guy that is a demon inside of a subway, and then her, being the badass little girl that she is, she tries to fight this demon, and coincidentally, a subway train saves her, and her dad starts tweaking out because of demon conspiracies, and he starts to go crazy, becoming the Arkham that we know from Devil May Cry 3. Or at least, that's what I'm hoping, but you get the idea. Anyways, demons attack their convoy, and then Dante can't fight because he is handcuffed. And the demons here are from Devil May Cry 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that's a nice reference, I guess. Even though Agni and Rudra look dumb as fuck. And Bad Bitch Lady tries her hand at fighting all of them. And puts up somewhat of a fight until, plot twist, the rabbit villain gets his grubby little paws on Dante's necklace. How does he do it? Well, you see Black Beavis here gets shoved down our throats once more for the plot, and he actually betrays everyone. Who didn't see that coming? I know I actually did. The story is bare bones, but it doesn't make it any better that it's predictable as hell. And I don't know why, for the life of me, they just had to make one of the most annoying and unrelatable, ugliest characters I've ever seen get such a pivotal role. And unfortunately, this is not going to be the last time we see him. But yeah, the bad guys win, despite Lady doing all the female flexing she can. And it's up to Dante to finally fight the demons like we're supposed to watch the anime for. Yet it's ruined by one of the corniest songs I've heard. I swear to God, when they started playing this song over top of this fight scene when Dante's on the bike, I was cringing so fucking hard. If you thought this was cool, please drink the Bleach anime.
He's here.
This shitty Netflix series is turning my life to pieces, and I can tell you one thing, it is my last resort to fucking make a video on it. I am suffocating watching this. The Saturday morning cartoon vibes make me want to put a bullet in my fucking head. It's like one of those shitty early 2000s anime AMVs that you would watch back in 2005. It doesn't fit. I don't care about your opinions about the song, but oh my fucking God, make it stop. The music choices are just so horrible. Only an 8-year-old or a Johnny Test fan would like this. Can it get any more cringe than this? Unfortunately, it does. He's riding the bike and he's taking on Agni and Rudra. Right before he hits them, they say the corniest shit ever. Damn, he's cool. The Dante dick sucking can't get worse. It really can't. I just don't know why they always just hype up and just dick swallow the main fucking character. But to make it worse, these guys, the fucking mouths don't even move!
Damn, he's cool. Damn, he's cool.
Imagine you play the game and then the villains, oh, Dante, you're so cool, you can hit the fucking S rank. Fucking, oh my god. Typical fashion, Dante beats the demons on the motorcycle, then he gets to the main boss, and then the fucking bomb that this bitch planted inside of him blows up. So yeah, Nanomachine, son, sorry, you're all washed up. So much for fucking regeneration. Episode 4, Squid Game character from Devil May Cry 2 takes the place of one of the no-name soldiers that everyone just somehow trusts. I think it's crazy how in episode 2, Lady was literally able to tell that one character was a demon, but then again, when this character is a demon and he's taking the place of a human being, no one can tell. So earlier, demons can take the place of any human being, but now this special demon that does it, oh, I guess it makes no fucking difference. What was the point of this character when the last bounty hunter character was a demon pretending to be a human?
It's in the proportions. The arms or legs will be a little too long. Facial features too far apart.
They have longer arms and longer legs. That was the explanation. Sorry, Draymond Green. It sucks to be built like Shaquille O'Neal. I guess you're a fucking demon. I guess if you're Victor Wembanyama, you sold your fucking soul to Satan. This writing is dumb at best. So we pan a little bit more, and Zarya from Overwatch is getting lovey-dovey with the bootleg G.I. Joe character who looks like a redneck He-Man with a beard. And because this show is so good at jump cutting and giving us backstory, we get another backstory of Dante and Virgil, even though Virgil's hair is up, which doesn't make sense because he didn't slick his hair back until he was older.
Was left standing.
But hey, this is accurate to the source material. We love that. Moving on, Dante is captured again.
The bad news is, we're prisoners again. The bad news is, we're prisoners again.
This time by the demons! Man, for such an overpowered, cool character, it's funny how even the weakest of human beings, and probably some of the most fodder fucking demons, are able to keep him on such a tight ass leash. Yeah, pretty much Dante is stuck on a plane. Gee, I wonder what Lady's doing. Another way to destroy the pace. So the girl boss and her ragtag bunch of horrible side characters find themselves trapped in a building with demons. Spoiler alert, they all die. But it doesn't mean shit because, wow, don't know anything about these guys. They died in like no time at all. Do you think I remembered a single one of their goddamn names? No. I'm sorry, but so many people are like, oh, it's a bad adaptation of Devil May Cry. Maybe low-key, guys, it's not a good show to begin with. Just consider that. Characters with horrible character designs are fodder and die. Oh, okay. Maybe if it wasn't so obvious that these characters were side characters, maybe their deaths would have at least put me in shock, but it didn't even do that. And Lady survives because she's the main character in plot armor. Transitioning to more Dante. Oh yeah, he's the son of Sparta. He didn't know, now he knows. Agni and Rudra are shit-talking his dad and his family. Oh no, they're shit-talking his dad. Don't let him go, Devil Trigger.
Up here, as useless as a man himself. The way we heard it, he didn't even bother showing up to protect you.
How dare you say mean things about my family? So in the Devil May Cry anime, we get Dante being bullied by Agni and Rudra, and he says that they're gonna form half of Captain Planet.
No, we're not. I don't need any kind of trigger to beat these two. What are they gonna do? Form half of Captain Planet?
Bro, just throw the script away. Don't, please, never cook again. I don't even think the aura farming TikTok millennials know what the hell that even is. But these pop culture references are so tired and fucking lame. The worst part is, it's not even funny. They're blue and red, and Captain Planet is blue and red. This Devil May Cry is definitely Lady May Cry or Devil Mary Cry because I don't know why. She just gets all the action and cool moments. Dante gets beat down and he sees a random woman that was also prisoner on this plane that looks like his mom. Didn't know Dante's mom was a basic Starbucks bitch, but okay, yeah. Her face is a dime a dozen. And what happens when they put Trish in this anime? The girl that's actually known for looking like his mom. This girl makes Dante remember his mom, then he becomes super overpowered and then gets part of his devil trigger. I guess there's no escaping Snow Bunny mind control even in Devil May Cry. Lady kinda fights and runs away from 3 different Devil May Cry bosses, and then she finds peaceful demons trapped in this building that she was stuck in. Dante kills Agni, but again, he's fighting characters who aren't supposed to have heads that have heads. It's bothering me. What happened to the swords talking?
Brother, our guest is sighing. Sigh? What is sigh? Well, a sigh is when...
Enough already!
That's episode 4, guys. Episode 5, the plane blows up because Rudra hits a bomb, and yeah, everyone's falling to their deaths. We jump back to Lady, and it turns out that this rabbit villain is doing demon experiments.
Do it.
And the guy that is pretending to be a human that was a demon is following Lady around. I guess this guy is special because she still has not noticed that this guy's a demon, despite her doing that in episode 2. But fuck it, no explanations needed. This demon is just demon. The demon drops his guys because he says something stupid, and Lady puts her guard up, and then they start fighting, then negotiating, and this is honestly one of the dumbest scenes that I still can't wrap my fucking head around at all. So they're supposed to kill Lady, yet the rabbit, the same guy that wants her dead, gives this blue Takis motherfucker a mission to infiltrate Darkcom.
I'm guessing the rabbit gave you a different mission? Infiltrate Darkcom.
If that was really the case, why is he not there now instead of trying to kill Lady? Even though killing Lady definitely seems more important? I don't know at all. They just needed a dumb excuse to keep Lady alive. So they team up and kill the other demon from Devil May Cry 4.
Corpse. Looks like he killed the wrong bitch.
Which still does not make sense. If his mission is to infiltrate Darkcom, why is he here trying to kill her right now, even though the same guy gave them the mission to kill this bitch? What the fuck? Everyone is still falling from the plane, and then Dante goes Devil Trigger, flies, and saves all of them. I gotta say, this is the ugliest Devil Trigger design for Dante I've ever fucking seen. He looks like a bootleg Power Ranger. Fucking Zet, man. The list goes on. This shit just looks stupid, and in the CG, it just makes it way more worse. Rudra mad Dante kill his brother, so he come back and try and fight him. They fight, Dante runs out of Devil Trigger mid-air, and then some way, somehow, coincidentally, they land in the same building as Lady. And Lady kills another demon. She kills Rudra. What? Bro, she is getting more bodies than Dante. Okay, don't care about the plot. You all want to see mindless action. The person that we want to see flex isn't even doing the flexing. The character that makes this what this is, what makes it cool, isn't doing shit. He's just saying the most annoying cringe lines and maybe pulling off 1 or 2 cool moments, then gets shit on. But I get it. Some of you guys just want to watch Devil May cringe. More power to you. A lot of people, for some reason, seem to think that it's only Devil May Cry purists getting mad at this. It's genuinely just a bad show. It's crazy how none of you can see that. It's just funny because a lot of people aren't Devil May Cry purists, and a lot of people don't really look and take shows seriously, so I get it. But just because some of you aren't purists or don't take the show seriously doesn't make it any less bad. And while watching this, yeah, we get more angsty teen, juvenile cringe vibes from goddamn Lady. It just does not stop.
Yeah, no shit. Only the rusted gears in your brain finally click.
Lady saves all the innocent, kind-hearted demons from the bigger evil demons. We can't forget though, Lady and Dante are some way somehow in the same building, which was all a part of this villain's big conspiracy plan. I think Dante followed the explosions to get there. I don't know.
You're here for my necklace too, huh?
How did you know where it was?
I follow the explosions. Generally a good rule of thumb in life.
Whatever, but the rabbit plays everyone for fools. He takes all of the military people who are racist towards demons and has them kill all of the innocent demons when Lady was trying to save them, and the guy that was a demon disguised as a human sees this and he blows the building up that Lady and Dante are in, although I could have sworn he was supposed to infiltrate Darkholm.
Infiltrate Darkholm.
So that's just out of the window because he decides to kill himself. This is stupid. This is honestly stupid. Devil May Cry purist this, Devil May Cry fan that, I do not care. People that like shows like this, dumb shows, you know what? Dumb shows attract dumb people, so if things like a plot don't matter to you, then don't get upset when people are upset over the show making no fucking sense. It's a nice fun time, but honestly, even the worst things in the world can be a nice fun time depending on how you look at it. But yeah, the rabbit planned them to kill innocent lives to push this guy to kill all of the military soldiers. That's everything you need to know about episode 5. Episode 6, is this even worth talking about? It's just a dog shit music video. Like, we go from this guy being in the human realm, the rabbit, we get his backstory, okay, cool, all that, this and that, but we're too lazy to write a fucking script and have some more voice acting, so let's just put together some dumb-ass Steven Universe looking shit and drag it for 20 minutes and call it an episode. Deep! So the rabbit guy's backstory, kid does not fit in the human world. He gets bullied, so he befriends demons because that's where he belongs. School shooter vibes, keep it pushing. There's only one takeaway from this at all. I'm not gonna call this an episode, it's a music video, and I sat through all of it and wasted my time. Worst of all, the music is ass! Lady's a hypocrite because before she didn't care about demons and the rabbit guy did. She killed him, or thought she did, and now he wants revenge because he's actually a good guy. She was wrong. That's it. That's literally the only takeaway from this. Gotta say, this art style was definitely saving them the budget, and it was just not at all enticing. It's impossible to take this shit seriously. Episode 7. So they go right into the demon world, and it does not look like cartoon Steven Universe land. I'm very disappointed, but what the? This is why you don't put shit like this in an episode where you drastically change the art style. Why the fuck does it look like Cartoon Land in the backstory? Maybe it's because that's how he was perceiving things, but when they go to it now, it's not like that. This is just really inconsistent and just dumb. Like, why do I have to come up with my own conclusions to make sense of this fucking plot? Do they think anyone at home is not going to question, well, when he went to the demon world, it was a cartoon land, but when they go into it, why is it no longer cartoon land? I'm just gonna boil it down to he was a kid and saw things differently. Don't do this again. So Lady single-handedly shoots Dante in the leg and then throws him in the back of the truck. This is the third time we've seen him get held captive, and just to make this worse, we've seen him really just dodge hundreds of bullets from assault rifles a few episodes ago, only for him to just get shot by this bullet. This is just so incredibly inconsistent. Yes, she has a demon bullet that hurts demon people. Alright, this only makes sense if he gets hit by the bullet. So why is he getting hit by this bullet when we've seen him dodge other bullets with so much ease? I'm sorry to say, Shankar, but Lady bodying Dante like this is just not happening, and it's not believable at all. Now Lady thinks that she can take on the main villain all by herself, because if Dante tries to help her, the villain gets to use him to open the portal. The cringe really just does not stop here. A guy starts checking out Lady, and then he says one of the most unbelievable dialogue I've seen in my life.
Baby, you need a ride? Because I definitely need you to ride this dick.
Out of the car! Now!
You need a ride? Because I need you to ride this dick. Who talks like this? This is just not... I get it. It's a cartoon. Not supposed to take it seriously. But at least make a joke land because it's funny. At least make it seem like something that someone's going to actually fucking say. She steals car, she drives car, and then she makes it to Alice in Wonderland. She goes to demons, fights demons, flexes on them, then gets shit on. I mean, we knew this was gonna happen. But the cool thing is she finally uses her bazooka from the third game. She still loses, and we finally see the character that we actually give a damn about, Dante, and it is ruined.
And I've got some bad news. You didn't get that callback for the Chuck E. Cheese band auditions.
You didn't get that callback from the Chuck E. Cheese band auditions. Another awkward pop culture reference where they try and make Dante say some funny, slick shit. But what's very good about him actually doing this in the games is most of the time, he plays off what the demon says. He doesn't go out and say some awkward, stupid shit like this anime has been doing for the past 7 episodes! And you know what? You're probably wondering how Dante got here. You know, I'm wondering the same thing. Because how did he get out of the armored truck? There's no explanation, no hint to this. Okay, maybe Lady might have set him free. How do we know this? We're going to use explosions as an excuse for him to find a location, but not explain how he gets out of the truck, which is shown on screen. Then he's just instantly there, even though he can't dodge bullets. He's not fast enough for that. Oh wait, he is, because the anime showed us him dodging bullets! Where were the writer's fucking brains at? It's just funny because at that moment, he's inside the truck, and then right afterwards, he's already there in no time at all. It's crazy because Lady got there by car. So what did Dante do, run? That doesn't make sense because he's not fast enough to even dodge a goddamn bullet. Oh wait, he can, just when the writers want him to. So did he use a motorcycle to get here? We don't fucking know. This is dog shit writing. Everything in the plot, in the dialogue, is so stupid and I just can't stand the way they talk. It's unnatural, forced, unfunny, and just lame. It's a parody. It's a dog shit parody of the games that I like. And it's like this every time when a game gets a show or a movie. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's the audience they want to advertise to. It just doesn't make any goddamn sense. So Evil Villain takes a moment to show Dante why he's the evil villain to avoid fighting him. They go inside of the demon realm and I guess has Godzilla smog monster diarrhea air. And the air is destroying Dante's lungs. So this is the real reason why the demons want to escape their realm, which is kind of interesting, but it's funny because our world honestly suffers from similar pollution. But if you really gave a damn about the story enough, like I had to, unfortunately, I had to look back at the music video where the rabbit head went back to the demon world, where he, a random human, stumbled across this world, wasn't affected by the poison air, but another demon was. Which makes their plan not make that much sense on a logical standpoint, because they're practically only going to save 1 in 10 demon lives. I get it, escaping the slavery and all, but if they're making the main problem this air, you'd think because this guy is smart enough to build a teleporter out of scrap, you'd think he would make a gas mask or an air purifier at the very least. Seems a lot easier to make than a teleporter, but hey. What do I know? I'm not writing the fucking plot. And why is a regular human unaffected by this air? How has this guy been able to survive? Especially when this air is hurting Dante. Why are some people affected by this air and why are some not? Do they just got weak immune systems? I would have loved an explanation. But this makes no sense because the show as a whole does not make any sense. Continuing, Dante fights the boss from Devil May Cry 5. Plot twist, the ugly kid from the music video is that same rabbit guy that we all knew about.
That's impossible. You survived.
And Lady the Racist realizes why racism is bad. Oh, she should have known that he was human because he's psychotic, this, that, and the third. Humans are evil, demons are evil, not all of them are evil. Okay, alright, this fake deep shit is getting played out. And it's just poorly executed.
You guys get cool Alice in Wonderland themed identities. I bet you'd really fill out a nice Queen of Hearts dress.
Another awkward one-liner from the best main character ever. You hate to see it. Can this be any more unfunny and corny? Just put a goddamn bullet in my head already, please. And the rabbit guy escapes. Episode 8. Alright, they begin to explain why all the demon bodies that Dante kills disappear, but they don't bother explaining what exactly is wrong with this air and why it's killing certain demons. And not all of them. They waste so much time explaining the dumb shit that does not matter, but they gloss over things that make the plot move on. Literally, a lot of the shit that happens is just an excuse for the plot to keep going on.
How did you know where it was?
Follow the explosions. Generally a good rule of thumb in life.
The military wants to turn Dante into their demonic soldier. How more generic can this get? And Black Beavis gets more screen time. Why are they so fascinated with this dusty ass character? He has the teleportation device and runs off with it in the midst of all the action because the rabbit guy returns, eating one of his demon comrades so that he can become a super demon that Dante fights, giving us the real final boss fight. Bootleg Bane, my favorite.
Right here!
And you fucking killed him! The best character in this anime!
Hey! I'm not dead yet! You can't take me like this! It's against regulations, I tell you!
Oh my god. He just needed a nice excuse to make an emotional moment, but guess what? That doesn't even matter, because we have nothing or any prior knowledge or anything to grab onto to give a fuck about Enzo, besides him being the only funny and entertaining fat guy on the show! The only guy not saying cringe annoying shit. The scumbag extraordinaire just got shit on, and he's not going to be in the rest of the show. Oh. The episode is pretty much this big ass fight, and of course, guess who finishes him off? Yes, Devil May Cry gets the final hit in and saves Dante. If Lady had a dick, I swear, it's so far down the writer's throats, it's bad enough to make a joke about her having balls, but the fact that she has so much involvement in a plot where her dad is nowhere to be found, the deep throating and choking for this character is worse than any X video you would ever see. And I'm not talking Elon Musk either. But we get one of the mustiest devil trigger transformations I've ever seen. The main villain mentions Virgil, Dante gets upset
About Virgil. I have to live for him.
I have to live for my brother! As if anyone who's never played the games are going to be able to appreciate this moment, let alone me who played the games, getting no kind of character development for Virgil, let alone a backstory. This just has no weight. I am just cringing. I love my brother! He just gets overpowered over that. Are you... Oh... Especially when they're killing each other half the time!
Blood of their father flowed through their veins. The two battled each other fiercely like arch enemies. It seemed as if they derived some sort of twisted pleasure from this brotherly fighting.
Long story short, Dante wins. Then Lady and him start bonding, and she takes this moment to actually drug him, the same guy that was dodging bullets, and for the 4th time, he gets captured again! Bro. Oh, how, bro? How? Why is there so much repetition here? Oh, I'm in pain. I can't do it anymore. Unfortunately, we have to keep moving. Black Beavis, again, getting more involvement in the plot, gets caught having the teleporter, and they still try and make us feel bad for this character. He has kids, we can all understand. No, we do not. Please kill him, please kill this character.
See if the devil does the same for you.
And he gets shot in the shoulder. Okay, alright. This is not the last we're gonna see of this horrible character. I'm gonna try and survive season 2. Then we get American Idiot to play. over America finally coming together and building their strength to fight demons. And the moment that I should say is the best part of this show just does not hit anymore. So Virgil is at the end. I honestly couldn't care less because they just put Virgil in anything Devil May Cry and it's just no longer hype. It really is not hype anymore. People just overplayed his character, seeing him in countless memes. I just can't. I just cannot be excited. And on the topic of Virgil, why is no one talking about the blatant character assassination in this dog shit anime?
It was Mundus who freed me from my own bondage.
Literally, he serves Mundus. Okay, let's give it benefit of the doubt. This anime is trying to do something different. You know what? That's why I like DMC Devil May Cry. It's the exact opposite of what we're supposed to expect out of the series. But with this, Adi Shankar, like I said, tries to be true to the source material. So when the fuck did he decide to willingly work under Mundus when the entire point was him killing Mundus so that he could avenge his father's death?
What are you gonna do with all that power, huh? No matter how hard you try, you're never gonna be like Father. We're wasting time!
It'll be fun to fight with the Prince of Darkness. If my father did it, I should be able to do it too.
It's funny how Adi Shankar says he tries to keep things as close to the source material as possible, when this is the furthest thing from it. Honestly, I'm all for fan-made animes and games to take different directions and give us a new experience. But when you're trying to say that it maintains the original spirit of the IP, and it doesn't. In conclusion, Adi Shankar animation is anime made by a dumbass, made for dumbasses. Which is fine. We can have dumb shows, but it definitely doesn't deserve any of the praise it's getting. And it definitely isn't anything close to what a Devil May Cry anime should be. We might have glossed over the whole entire season 1 this video, but there are a lot of moments that are just like what you've seen in this video, and if that is entertaining to you, continue to take the piss. But yeah, this is trash. Coming from a guy who likes good anime, and a guy who likes good video games and loves Devil May Cry, this won't it, buddy. Take your opinion and shove it up your ass. You know what, you can say the same to me, but the constant use of Jackpot, the references that honestly don't hit at all, and the story's just fucking garbage. And the people that are enjoying this and hyping it up didn't play the games, but even then, if you didn't play the games, this was honestly just a pretty shit show to begin with, regardless of liking Devil May Cry or not. And I don't care about people getting into the games because it's already getting popular enough as it is. It's popular enough to get a show, so think about that one. I'm definitely gonna stick with watching the old anime. I don't care. I'll stick to listening to the nice, amazing soundtrack and seeing him fight Sparta's disciple. Fuck it. See you when season 2 drops if I even look at it. If you want my take, I give it 10 Devil May Cry 2s out of 10.
I was going to be the king of this world.
King? Yeah. Here's your crown.
And the Rash Reviews dog shit seal of approval. I hated this, and I only looked at it because it was Devil May Cry. That's it. I don't want to experience this again. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and watch our other content. I can't do this anymore.